What if everything you thought about teaching your child before age 5 was wrong? What if I told you that giving them worksheets, flashcards, and early lessons could actually slow the very thing you want to grow most, an intelligent, confident, resilient brain? Science shows that the first 5 years of life are not about memorizing letters or numbers. They are about wiring the brain through experiences, play, and emotional connection. And here's the kicker. The skills that matter most, focus, empathy, problem-solving, curiosity, and self-control, can't be taught with a pencil or printed page. They must be lived. During this early period, a child's brain forms more than 1 million neural connections every single second. That's not small talk. That's a scientific fact that should change how you approach parenting. Each interaction, each response, each game, and each shared moment literally rewires the brain. Worksheets do none of this. They don't teach emotional regulation, social skills, creativity, or resilience. They only measure what a child can repeat at that moment, not what their brain is capable of building for the future. Think about the last time your child played pretend. Maybe they were a superhero, saving a stuffed animal, or a chef making cookies out of sand. That play is a full curriculum in disguise. When they negotiate roles with a friend, they are learning communication, empathy, and conflict resolution. When they build towers and watch them fall, they are learning problem-solving, persistence, and physics. When they narrate their own story, they are strengthening language skills, sequencing, and imagination. Every unstructured activity is teaching lessons worksheets could never reach. The most important skill for any child to develop before age 5 isn't reading, counting, or writing. It's emotional safety. A child who feels safe explores more, experiments more, and learns faster. Conversely, a child who feels rushed, pressured, or criticized will shut down. Stress blocks the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, focus, and self-control. That's why a toddler who cries or resists instructions isn't being difficult, they are simply in survival mode. And a brain in survival mode cannot learn, no matter how perfectly designed the worksheet is. It's time to shift the focus from early academics to nurturing experiences. Emotional safety looks like this: noticing and naming feelings, responding with empathy, and creating routines that provide predictability. It is saying, I see you, I hear you, you are safe here. These moments are tiny, invisible, but they build the foundation of trust and cognitive growth. Play is not a luxury. It is the brain's natural learning mode. When children play, they are learning executive function, skills like memory, flexible thinking, and self-control, which predict success in school and life far more than knowing the alphabet early. They are learning how to solve problems, manage frustration, plan ahead, and cooperate. They are practicing the very skills that make them resilient and capable adults. Another key component is curiosity-driven exploration. Let your child touch, move, taste, see, and ask. Answer their questions, but don't rush to correct every mistake or fill every silence with instructions. Their brain is like a sponge, absorbing patterns, building connections, and experimenting with cause and effect. When they mix colors, stack blocks, or explore nature, they are doing advanced scientific work without even realizing it. And parents, here's a truth that might make you pause. You are the most powerful learning tool your child has. Your presence, your voice, your calmness, your reactions, these shape their nervous system and their brain more than any book, app, or structured activity. When you narrate life for them, like, I'm washing the dishes, look at the bubbles, you are teaching language, sequencing, and attention. When you respond to tears with patience instead of anger, you are teaching emotional regulation. When you play with joy, you are wiring creativity and social intelligence. Parents often feel guilty for not teaching enough, but the teaching children need most at this age is modeled through connection. Every shared laugh, every guided problem, every moment of empathy, these are the lessons that stick. Worksheets might measure output, but connection builds the brain. Connection fuels curiosity, resilience, and a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. Before age 5, independence and confidence are more valuable than memorized facts. Letting children try things themselves, make small mistakes, and solve problems on their own teaches problem solving and resilience. It teaches them that failure is not scary, but an opportunity. These are lessons that cannot be captured in a worksheet, no matter how cleverly designed. Imagine your child growing up with the ability to regulate emotions, manage challenges, and approach the world with curiosity. That is the goal. Letters and numbers can wait. The first 5 years are about building the scaffolding, not filling in the details. Once the foundation is solid, everything else, reading, writing, math, will be far easier and more meaningful. By focusing on experiences, relationships, and play, you give your child a brain wired for lifelong learning. Worksheets and drills are temporary. The skills you build through connection last forever. And the beauty is, it doesn't require fancy programs or expensive tools. It requires time, attention, presence, and patience.
Let's dive deeper into what you can actually do to grow a strong brain before age 5. The strategies are simple but profoundly effective. First, focus on playful learning. This is not about turning your living room into a classroom. It's about observing your child, joining their play, and letting learning emerge naturally. When a child pours water from one cup to another, they're experimenting with volume, cause and effect, and fine motor coordination. When they organize toys by color or size, they're building categorization skills, early math concepts, and logical reasoning. Every playful interaction is a lesson in disguise. Second, prioritize storytelling and language-rich environments. Children who hear more words, questions, and descriptive language develop stronger language skills and higher IQ scores. Talk to them constantly, describe your actions, read aloud, and tell stories, even if they're silly or improvised. Ask questions like, "What do you think will happen if we put this block here?" Or, "Why do you think the caterpillar is moving that way?" These questions build critical thinking, imagination, and reasoning skills. Third, encourage emotional literacy. Name feelings and validate them. Instead of saying, "Don't cry," try saying, "I see you are sad. It's okay to feel sad." Children who learn to identify and manage emotions early develop better relationships, fewer behavioral problems, and stronger executive function. Emotional literacy is the hidden curriculum that unlocks learning readiness. Worksheets will never teach this. Fourth, offer controlled challenges. Allow your child to struggle slightly, not dangerously, but enough to figure things out. Struggle builds resilience and problem-solving skills. For instance, give them puzzles slightly above their current level, or let them help cook by pouring ingredients, even if it's messy. Each small success strengthens confidence, self-efficacy, and neuronal connections. Fifth, nurture curiosity and exploration. Take walks, let them touch leaves, watch clouds, or examine insects. Nature-based experiences grow observation skills, scientific thinking, and creativity. Ask them questions, encourage them to notice patterns, and let them make discoveries. These moments shape brains more deeply than memorizing facts from a book. Sixth, limit screen time. Passive screen exposure before age 5 has been linked to attention difficulties, language delays, and emotional regulation problems. Screens cannot replace human interaction, playful problem-solving, or real-world exploration. Use screens intentionally, not as a substitute for engagement. Seventh, model self-regulation and mindfulness. Your child learns by watching you. When you stay calm in frustration, manage your emotions, and show problem-solving, you're teaching essential life skills. Simple techniques like deep breaths, narrating your process, or verbalizing coping strategies teach emotional resilience far more effectively than worksheets ever could. Eighth, build routines and consistency. Predictable schedules make children feel safe. Safety and predictability are the bedrock of a learning brain. When children know what to expect, they can explore and engage without chronic stress. Rituals like bedtime stories, shared meals, or morning greetings foster attachment, stability, and emotional security. Ninth, let imagination lead the way. Children who engage in imaginative play develop creativity, cognitive flexibility, and problem-solving skills. Even simple scenarios like pretending to be animals, chefs, or astronauts expand their ability to think abstractly and plan ahead. These cognitive skills are the foundation of academic success later on. 10th, connect deeply through everyday moments. Every interaction counts. Making a snack together, walking to the park, cleaning up toys. Narrate, describe, encourage, and observe. These ordinary moments are extraordinary for brain development. Children soak up connection and curiosity much more efficiently than facts from a worksheet. Finally, remember that love and attention are the most powerful tools. Emotional warmth literally changes the brain. Oxytocin, dopamine, and other growth-promoting neurochemicals are released through nurturing touch, smiles, laughter, and shared attention. These chemicals support learning, memory, emotional regulation, and resilience. So what's the takeaway? Before age 5, skip the worksheets. Focus on what actually grows a strong brain. Connection, play, curiosity, emotional literacy, guided challenges, language-rich environments, mindfulness, routines, imagination, and everyday engagement. The skills you nurture now, resilience, empathy, problem-solving, curiosity, and emotional regulation, are the real foundation for academic success, mental health, and lifelong confidence. Worksheets might feel like progress. They might look measurable. But the invisible growth happening when your child feels safe, loved, curious, and capable is the growth that lasts a lifetime. By giving your child these experiences instead of pressure, you are not falling behind. You are giving them the ultimate advantage. The first 5 years are a unique window, and it's fleeting. Every moment of connection, play, and guided exploration matters. Don't rush to fill this time with memorization. Invest in presence, invest in empathy, and invest in experiences. These are the things that truly grow a strong brain. And when the time comes to introduce reading, writing, and numbers, your child will not only be ready, they will be eager, confident, and capable of learning faster than any drill could ever prepare them. The reality is simple but revolutionary. The smartest, most resilient, most capable children are raised not by worksheets, but by parents who see, hear, and nurture them. Be that parent. Be the environment your child thrives in. Let them play. Let them explore. Let them feel safe. The rest, letters, numbers, and academics, can follow naturally. But the foundation you build now, that lasts a lifetime.